Oh, well, hey, bitch. It's Jamie, that's me here. Welcome back to my channel. Listen, I got some things to talk about, honey. So let's go ahead and get into us a quick chat. Let's talk about it. All right, y'all. First up on the quick chat is HBO Max. Let's talk about it real quick, okay? Talking about something a little different because HBO Max has acquired the rights to Martin, the Jamie Foxx show, Hanging with Mr. Cooper, In the House, The Parenthood, and let's see if there are any others that they have acquired. Looks like those are all of the ones up. And I left out my personal favorite, honey, The Parenthood. I don't think I mentioned that one. So they have finally acquired Martin. I kind of feel a little way about it. You know what I'm saying? Because it took them so long. Okay, I thought it probably would have went to Netflix, but I'm not gonna trip because we always get the reruns and stuff on TV, right? But it's gonna be great to be able to go to HBO Max and then I can just click on whatever season I want if it's a particular episode that I'm looking for, like when Gina snapped off on the teacher. Hello, like if I want to get straight to that, I can get to it. Or when Martin proposed to Gina when who was it? Brian McKnight came out and he set the whole thing up. Like, absolutely, so it's quite a few scenes that I want to be, or quite a few episodes that I want to be able to just go straight to, and I ain't got to worry about the reruns. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't have the CDs. Okay, they back in Alabama with my mama, so I don't have like the DVDs and stuff like that to be able to watch. So I am glad that it's going to be over on HBO Max at some point. But they did this right after Netflix decided to go out and get like Sister, and I think they ended up getting Moesha, and they got some other stuff. Netflix, y'all should have been hopped on that Martin train a long time ago. This, that on net, but HBO Max got it, and it's fine. And I thought Amazon Prime would have gotten it, Prime Video, because they also have a different world. I don't ever want them to remove a different world from Prime Video. I literally randomly will just start over from the very beginning when Denise Huxtable was on there, the very first season, episode 1. I would literally sit and binge for no reason at all, because that's how much I love Different World. And maybe it connects a lot because I went to a HBCU, but I love it. Okay, I will start over and just sit there and watch it. So I'm really happy about HBO Max for Martin. And I'm also happy about The Parenthood. Now, I could get into In the House. I could watch that. It wasn't a crazy fave. Jamie Foxx show was really good. It was cool. You know what I'm saying? And what was the other one? Hanging with Mr. Cooper, right? So I kind of remember that one. That one probably would be good to go back and watch. But my personal faves, The Parenthood and Martin, okay? And I tell y'all, listen, the episode with Drew Hill on it, that's my episode, y'all. Do not watch that with me because I'm going to literally be saying the words from beginning to end. That's how much I love it, okay? So I'm excited about that. I've been wondering when can we catch, The Parenthood and why it's not on TV or whatever. Like, I felt like I probably seen an episode or something. Could it have been on CW or something? But it doesn't come on religiously like Martin was doing on MTV2 or sometimes on BET. So this is cute, but I'm wondering with HBO Max getting rights to it, they said rights. So I'm wondering what those rights look like, or if they're licensed, and how that's going to work, considering that it will come on other networks late at night. So I'm wondering maybe they're going to have to find something else to fill in for those spots until, whatever, girl. We going to see, girl. I'm just wondering. But all in all, y'all get into HBO Max, honey. Let's go ahead and move on. Okay, let's talk about something else. Let's get into Amazon because, baby... Girl, it was a little shaky over there at Amazon. So they were talking about like, I feel like it could have been like a year ago where a lot of the employees or like drivers or whatnot for Amazon, they were getting tips from people, but not getting their tips from Amazon, if that makes sense. So I guess they were like, giving tips or whatever on the app or however they were doing it, but the people were not getting the money. So that's where an issue has come into play. So I want to read this article from the Insider, and they're saying that more than 140,000 Amazon drivers are getting back nearly 60 million in illegally withheld tips. At least one driver will receive more than $28,000. More than, okay? They said more than 28,000. Okay, and on top of that, you need to pay me for my pain, pay me for my time, and you could say the book because everything was mine, and you took it. You took my motherfucking money. But, at a time like this, I'm wondering How long is it going to take these people to receive their tips? Okay, receive their money. And I'm wondering if it's going to be coming in increments, or how is that going to work? Because baby, we still in this panorama. And people can use the coin now. It's my money and I want it now. Okay. So let me go ahead and continue to read on. Like I said, more than 140,000 Amazon drivers are being repaid nearly $60 million in tips that were illegally withheld from them by the company. Let me say this. It's so funny when you be hearing these stories and stuff about Amazon. Yet they have the audacity to promote a commercial talking about how it's an amazing place to work and how they paid for somebody to go to school or something like that to get an engineering degree or whatever. That he found him a better job. And I'm sitting up here like, can y'all find this man? Is he an actor? Who is this man? Somebody find me. Anybody that said they work with this guy, it was like an Indian guy on the commercial. Let me know if this is true, because I don't believe him. I'm sorry. I feel like you're an actor. You probably got paid good money for that. So I ain't really hanging, you know what I'm saying? Get your coin. Okay. Because that's probably going to be a nice little residual check for you. Okay. They probably could take that from TV and turn it into a radio ad as well. So you really can use some coin, right? But at the same time, I need to know, who is this man? Because somebody lying. I have not heard anything great about being an employee of Amazon. And prior to this incident taking place of drivers not receiving their money, honey, it was another situation where this lady was struggling to like make ends meet while she's out here working at Amazon, and she was out here staying in her car. But meanwhile, you got Jeff Bezos and everything flying all over the world and doing whatever he want to do and figuring out how he's finna go into space. Okay, and this lady can't even find a space to stay outside of her damn car. Baby, I ain't got time for y'all rich folks. I do not have time at all. Y'all be sitting up here trying to fake and play and act like these jobs is amazing, honey. Y'all know I'm gonna go on a little rant, so get real cute and get real comfortable, okay? Because I feel a way about it. Okay, the cost of living in comparison of how much y'all really paying people out here in these streets, girl, is ancient. Then y'all be sitting up here like, okay, yes, we're willing to hire you, so your salary is going to be, 100,000 or whatever. Okay, baby, I'm like 100K. Ooh, that's everything. No, it ain't. Because you done took my 100K and then you done dwindled her down because you got me up here paying this insurance. Okay, that's out there, woozah. Okay, out that as you got me over here paying this mother insurance for health, vision, dental, life. Okay, all this that's coming out of my mother check, and then you got the audacity to sit up here and ask me if there's any places I want to be able to delegate some money to go into a savings or like invest in some other stuff. It's like, bitch, well, y'all done took damn near all my goddamn money, so I really ain't got too much that I could put over here into them savings and and invest money into these other places. All right, y'all full of. Period. I said what I said, y'all. Don't use if my salary gonna be 100K, let it be 100K. All right, and you figure out how you finna pay the other half on the back. Don't pull from my check. I feel away. Got me stuck up here paying about damn near $800 a month to $1,000 on some mother insurance, honey. And then I still gotta go inside and I gotta pay a motherfucking copay too. And if these don't even cover it after I done paid y'all $800, y'all gonna send me something in the mail and tell me that I owe another $200? Oh, baby, no, ma'am. Y'all need to get this together up here in America. Oh, girl, I'm sorry, y'all. They just sent me on a whole motherfucking rant. I'm really not sorry. I'm lying. I'm not. I'm mad. I feel away. I feel like this life can be unfair. All right. And y'all talking about some $60 million to all these employees, 140-something thousand. It should have been more than that. All this money Jeff sitting up here walking around with, and then was able to take a step back or take a step down as CEO. Okay, and still be affiliated with the company in some capacity. Did divorce his wife, and she get all this money for him, and he still got a wad left. Girl. I feel away, y'all, but let me keep reading this. Y'all let me know y'all thoughts down below, because I just be feeling like they be on some FS, honey. All this money y'all got, if y'all was to share the wealth and spread it out just a little bit, you get a coin, you get a rack, you get this, you get that. Girl, wouldn't nobody be in no poverty. Y'all steady out here building shit. Rent done went from 1,000 to damn 3,000 in damn near 2 years. It's like, wait a minute, how did this happen? That makes no motherfucking sense, okay? Girl, I feel a way about it. They over here raising the cost of living, but they not raising people's employment or anything. Then they want to sit there and tell some of these people to go out and find and get better jobs. Girl, Everybody not gonna be able to get a better job. They just not gonna be able to get a better job. And you using that as an excuse for y'all to not pull y'all way to do what y'all need to do, which is increase the minimum wage, okay? Girl, it really shouldn't even be 15. It should be 20. And I don't want to hear nobody motherfucking mouth after y'all done cashed out and spent all this motherfucking money during the pandemic and spending money overseas and all this other shit. Girl, I don't know how long we've been overseas and on people's soil and stuff. Girl, let me get off. Let me go ahead, because, you know, that rant really wasn't supposed to come out the way that it did, but I truly felt some way. So y'all leave y'all thoughts and comments down below, honey. What else did they say about this article? According to the FTC, the average check for Amazon Flex drivers included in the settlement will be $422. What? Is the math thing? $422, but it said the highest payout to a single driver would be more than $28,000. The FTC said 19,980 drivers will receive checks for more than $600. Pay them for their pain and pay them for their time. Period. Girl, I wonder who the driver is that's going to get more than $28K. Girl, y'all some mother. Anyway, affected drivers should cash their checks before January 7th of 2022. So y'all ain't got a whole lot of time. Girl, they usually give you more than that. On a check, they usually be like 90 days on a check. Now you telling these people they need to cash the check before the 7th of next year? Why? Why? Y'all held on to their fucking money for 2 years, so why they gotta wait? I mean, why they gotta move quicker? Because y'all was taking so long. Why you rushing them? Girl, let me get off Amazon. Amazon to piss me off, even though I don't order this package and wait for it to get to my house. Let's move on. Let's get to Darius. Okay, let's talk about Darius, honey. Because Darius has been caught out here in these streets with Miss Sydney Starr. She put him on blast saying that they were in a relationship or they had some things going on, right? He came out and finally said something, but he didn't come out to really address Sydney and say, you know, those are lies, don't say that. He addressed the fans, like the fans was wrong. Talk about how y'all act like I can't be friends with anybody. Girl, ain't nobody say that. Ain't nobody say that you can't be friends with her or whatever. He came out and he was in a sit down with his mama, Miss Harriet Winslow of Family Matters. So he was sitting down to eat with her, and that's what he came out to let people know, like, he denied the allegations and stuff like that, right? Well, it seems like he also has gone on to do like other interviews and stuff, but my main thing is the fact that he is engaged, okay? And that's what he was kind of saying in that video when he was with Harriet. He was like, listen, I'm engaged. Y'all need to be focused on that. And now we are focused on that. At least I am, honey. So he's saying that he's engaged, and who he happens to be engaged to is Rick James' ex-wife, Miss Tanya James. And I kind of feel slick away because it said that Darius is claiming that Rick James was his godfather. This is what was being said. So let me see. Yeah, so he's saying that Rick James was his godfather. And I'm over here looking sideways because I'm trying to figure out what is going on with these godparents marrying their godchildren or being engaged. Like, we just had a situation like this not too long ago. Now, it was a drastic situation considering the fact that the man was like 60 something or whatever, and the girl was like 18, and we was looking like, girl, what the fuck is this? But at the same time, it's like, it don't matter, girl. What is happening out here in these streets? If that man was old enough to be your goddad, then how old is Miss Tanya for her to be your fiance? Now, why would you want to go after your goddad sloppy seconds like this? What is going on? What in the Mary Cosby is happening? Y'all not gonna make me go along and agree with this mess that y'all be out here doing. Just like Mary went out there from Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, went out there and married her grandmama husband after he passed. I don't know what kind of SHI y'all stuff be on, but listen, I don't want no parts, honey. I'm just over here giving my commentary. Y'all let me know y'all thoughts about everything down below, girl. I'm gonna switch over because this is just too much for me. Okay, so let's get into Miss Vanessa Bryant. Okay, y'all know Vanessa Bryant is definitely suing, I believe, Los Angeles Police Department or whatnot. She's suing them because of, you know, Kobe Bryant passed away not too long ago along with her daughter. And when he passed, there were like officers or whoever that took pictures of her husband, and they were trying to like float them around, or at least they were at a bar showing people the images and things, right? So since that has happened, she's been in litigation or whatever, you know, the lawsuit has started and everything. And the attorney that is representing, or, you know, yeah, the attorneys that are representing representing Los Angeles, they were requesting that she go through some type of psychiatric review to see whether or not her emotions that were triggered from hearing about the photos being, shown, they wanted to know whether or not she was truly affected by that, or if she was really affected by the death of her husband. And I felt like that was a dumb thing to even ask, regardless of what it was, whatever her mental state was, y'all were even more so wrong. Whether she was triggered by just the photos or triggered by just the death of her husband and her child, y'all still wrong. Y'all trying to, absolve yourselves based on what her mental state was. And it's like, based off of her mental state, y'all should have been showing that anyway, especially knowing that it could possibly be leaked and people would talk about it. You know what I'm saying? So y'all was wrong. That was silly. And it looks like the judge felt the same way, because the judge rules that Kobe Bryant's widow, Miss Vanessa Bryant, won't undergo psychiatric evaluation in a lawsuit over helicopter crash photos. So good. I'm glad. And it looks like she's still on their ass. Okay. Now the trial is set to begin in February of 2022. And I'm looking forward to seeing how this is going to turn out. Now, what they are also saying is that LA County is to pay $2.5 million to settle Kobe Bryant crash photo lawsuits with the individual. So it's not just, with Vanessa, which her case is ongoing, but if the settlement is approved by a judge, it looks like $1.25 million will be going to a husband who lost his wife. $1.25 million will go to a son and daughter that lost their parents and their little sister. Okay. Child, this right here is a whole mess. Now, I don't know how much Miss Vanessa may get, but she probably gonna get a whole lot more than what they're gonna get, right? So we just gonna see how this play out. But y'all let me know y'all thoughts and everything about this situation. I really hate that she got to go through all of that. And she really can't, to me, move forward and heal. I feel like she's looking great. She's doing great. But I feel like she, it kind of sets her back sometimes mentally, because she has to continue to relive this, especially when she has to start this trial in February of 2022. And then her husband passed away, as well as her daughter, in January. I believe it was in January of 2020. And then here it is, it's going to be like 2 years since it happened. Yikes. And it's going to be like shortly after the trial is going to start, shortly after the passing of them. It's going to be their, anniversary of that. So that's going to be hard. That's going to be tough, and I hope that they don't be trying to show no photos and nothing wild in court, honey. Let's just make a decision, make this quick, and let us go ahead and move on. Okay. So there's that. Y'all let me know y'all thoughts down below on Miss Vanessa Bryant. And I'm going to switch over to someone else. Okay. This is Henry Ruggs. Okay. Now, I'm not fully familiar with Henry, although he is from my hometown. Okay. Montgomery, Alabama, honey. He went to a high school out there, one of the rival high schools of mine. And it looks like he was drafted at some point. He went on to go to Alabama college, University of Alabama. Then he ended up getting drafted by the Raiders, I do believe. So this is a very, very, very unfortunate situation for this young man. I'm not sure how long he's been in the league, but I am going to read this article from CBS so we could talk about it, because this young man, y'all, it ain't looking too great. I really do feel bad for him and everybody involved in this situation. So like I said, this is Henry Ruggs, and he played for the Raiders. And it looks like the Raiders have released him from their team following a fatal car accident. And he also has DUI charges. So what they're saying is happening was like late at night, or like probably in the wee hours of the morning or something. And he and his girlfriend were in a car. I believe they were drunk. He was driving at like a high speed, is what they're saying. I don't know what to be true, but that's just what they're saying. And he ended up hitting a woman in the back of her car. Right. So the woman was in her car, and he ended up hitting her. He ended up, colliding with her, and her car immediately burst into flames, unfortunately, and the woman passed in the car. So it's a very tough situation. So let me go ahead and read. They're saying that Henry Ruggs III will be charged with DUI resulting in death and reckless driving resulting in death or serious bodily harm after being involved in the fatal car accident Tuesday in Las Vegas around 3 a.m. And court records obtained, they were obtained by the Athletic, but let's move on. The Raiders announced they had released the receiver late Tuesday night. That is so terrible. I don't know how long this young man been in this league. He's very young. He's pretty young. And it's just like, oh, baby, you had your whole life ahead of you. Then this right here happened. Let's keep going. They said if Ruggs is convicted, the first charge has a sentence ranging from 2 to 20 years, while the second charge ranges from 1 to 6 years. Whew. Honey, upon arriving at the scene, fire department personnel discovered a deceased victim, 23 years old. Oh my God. Inside the car that was not being driven by Ruggs. Ruggs and his girlfriend were transported to the University Medical Center for serious injuries. Girl, this is terrible. So they made it out okay, he and his girlfriend, but the young lady that was in the Toyota RAV4, she ended up passing away, and he was driving in a Corvette, a Chevrolet Corvette. Okay, preliminary investigation revealed that the front of the Chevrolet collided with the rear of the Toyota. Okay, Ruggs showed signs of impairment, is what they're saying. But see, that's what was weird to me. See, hopefully they get somebody that's really going to investigate this case. You know what I'm saying? I think he's going to be probably held liable for something, for sure, for the death of this young lady. I really hate that for her. Oh, that's just traumatizing. But when they said that he appeared to be, he appeared to show signs of impairment, it's like, how would y'all know he showed signs of impairment when he was in an accident? He was in an accident. He was in an accident. So, of course, I'm going to be impaired too. But, you know, they're going to have to just see how this case plays out for the young man. The collision took place near the intersection of South Rainbow Boulevard and South Spring Valley Parkway. The investigation is ongoing. I hate that for that young man, honey. He was number 12 overall draft pick in 2020, baby. The boy just got to the league. Couldn't be in the league long enough, and now he's been dropped. I don't know what's going to happen for him. I can imagine what's going on in his head mentally. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure he didn't mean for this accident to happen, but it did. It did. It did. And a young lady lost her life, and that's a terrible way to go. You know, so we're going to see how this play out. You know, I feel so sorry for the family of that girl that passed. Like, that is absolutely terrible. Like, girl, I feel really bad for her and her family. I also feel bad for this young man and his family, because his family, you know what I'm saying? I know they relied on him a lot, you know. So, you know, I don't know what to say. I just hope, you know, everybody, good luck. You know, I'm hoping everything works out for everybody. I also feel like that family may even try and sue and be on some wrongful death type. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? So this is going to be a long, long road ahead of this young man. And listen, I can imagine what his mental state is going through right now. It's like, dang, I had it all in my hands. And then now it's just like, dang, what's going to happen now? Then you turn around shortly after the accident happened, you get dropped from your team. I don't know how that works. If he got dropped from his team, considering the fact that he probably was on contract for a few years, I'm wondering if he gets any of that income. If you do, you're going to need it, you know, to go towards these attorney fees and stuff like that. But also it could be potentially that her family is going to probably want some of that. So we'll see how it's going to play out, y'all. Let's go ahead and move on, honey. Let me go ahead and get to Miss Carol, honey. Let's talk about Miss Carol Baskin. Girl, I'm thinking about the classy, bougie, ratchet. But, you know, last year they had turned it into like a Carol Baskin. So if you guys are familiar with Tiger King, then you will know who Miss Carol Baskin is. And yes, there is a Tiger King 2 that is coming out. Tiger King 1 was everything regarding Joe Exotic and his relationship with Miss Carol Baskin. And they're still wondering where her husband went or where her husband's at, even though he was supposed to go on a trip and he never went, girl. Yikes, girl. There have been a lot of allegations about it, but I ain't going to say now. I'm going to let y'all watch the show and figure it out for yourself, honey. Okay, just know that she owns a lot of lions. She owns a lot of those tigers and lions and cheetahs and everything else, honey. But we're gonna leave that right where it's at. But anyway, like I said, Tiger King 2 is coming out. And it looks like Miss Carol Baskin is trying to stop that from happening. Okay, they're saying that Carol Baskin, depicted as a flawed foe of star Joe Exotic in the Netflix series Tiger King, filed a federal lawsuit Monday that seeks to halt the rollout of the show's second season later this month. The suit from Baskin and her husband, which names Netflix Royale Good Productions and producers Eric Good and Rebecca C, seeks to prevent the use of footage of the couple in Tiger King 2. I feel like she's trying to prevent this from happening the way everybody assumes she killed her first husband. Like, I'm just going to put it, girl, that's what they think. Okay, a lot of people is assuming that that's what happened. So I wondered if she's trying to stop it. Because she doesn't want it to depict her in a negative light. But let me tell y'all one thing about Miss Carol. She gonna put some lawsuits out there. She gonna put some lawsuits out there because she stayed on Joe Exotic's mother. Do you hear me? And he ended up getting locked up at some point. And child, this man is trying to get out to this day. And I'm gonna show y'all in just a second the tweet that he sent to Miss Cardi B, honey, trying to get him out. But that's what's going on with with Miss Carroll. She's concerned about it, okay? The claim filed in the federal court in Tampa, Florida, also seeks legal costs and future unspecified relief. I'm like, girl, what you mean future unspecified relief? What you mean? Miss Carroll, you out here trying to live off people based on the lawsuits, girl. I can't. Netflix said it had no comment on Monday. I wouldn't have had no comment either. I wouldn't give her not damn piece of info for her and her attorneys to use as an angle towards me. I wouldn't give them nothing. Producers contacted through a nonprofit associated with Good did not immediately respond to a request for a comment. In the suit, Baskin says that Good and Miss Rebecca, who she says first contacted her in 2014 to pitch a single wildlife documentary with her and Big Cat Rescue nonprofit as protagonists. The suit says producers touted the involvement of Tiger King, who was a producer of wildlife documentary, and said Baskin would be portrayed as the heroine battling the cub patters. So I guess based on that, from Tiger King 1, she didn't like how she was being represented. So now she's trying to, you know what I'm saying? I guess now she feel away, and she probably is privy to the images and the footage that they're going to use, and she don't want them to use it now. She feels away. I guess she didn't come out as the heroine from the last documentary like she wanted, because now people starting to look at her sideways. A lot of people are feeling away that she got Joe Exotic up there in jail or whatever, or she ended up, I think she ended up suing him and probably winning or something like that, and he was like, I'll never give you the money or whatever. So she didn't really come out like the heroine like she thought, okay? She came out as, you know, the person we don't like, period. So there's that. But I want to get to a tweet that you know, Tiger King sent to her. Now Tiger King been locked up in jail for a minute, honey. He tried to get DT to pardon him. He's been trying to get out for the longest. So now he asking Miss Cardi B for her help. Okay, he says, at Cardi B, when you see the truth in Tiger King 2, I need you to rally everyone together to be my voice of freedom, with a whole bunch of hashtags to follow. And she's like, wait, is this the real Tiger King? And when I went to the page, I did not see where it was verified, but it definitely looked like it was indeed Tiger King. Okay, looked like it truly was him, because it said the official Instagram of Joe Exotic, and it had over like 50,000 followers. So I was like, okay, so that's probably him, girl. He out here trying to solicit some help. I do think y'all need to give that man his free. Give him his free, honey. Y'all ain't got to do Joe Exotic like that. He's been through a lot. He has been through a lot since he's had that compound with them animals. Honey, let that man go. Give him his free. And y'all up there locking that man up, but y'all need to be investigating Miss Girl CB, honey, over there, Miss Baskin. But anyway, y'all, let me know y'all thoughts on that situation, all right? I don't think Miss Cardi gonna help him, but it was cute for him to reach out. Let's go ahead and move on. As we speak about Miss Cardi B will be hosting American Music Awards, and she's looking forward to it. She says she's gonna bring her personality. I think this is great for Cardi to be hosting the American Music Awards. It makes a lot of people want to tune in and watch, because I don't really watch that whitewash. I don't really be connected, like I barely connected with the VMAs. So I really ain't trying to be watching the AMAs, okay? So we'll see how that's going to play out with Miss Cardi being in charge, okay, for the night, and also seeing what the performances are going to be like. But I guess, I mean, it's a win for Cardi, so congratulations and good luck, okay? And lastly, okay, let's move on from Miss Cardi. I want to get into Kevin Hart, okay? Give me 1 second. This thing is, anyway. This thing is, there we go. Okay, there we go. All right, so let's get into Kevin Hart. So Kevin Hart was caught cheating on his wife a few years ago, right? And it was footage, camera footage, all of this stuff. Shortly after that incident dropped, we learned that his close friend, JT Johnson, was one of the individuals that leaked a lot of that footage and stuff, right? That's what the narrative was that, you know, he put this in, he was trying to extort Kevin. That was the story that followed up shortly after the cheating scandal. And unfortunately, the extortion scandal overrided the fact that he was actually out here cheating on his wife, right? So JT said that he was framed. And I'll be honest, I never really believed that JT did that. Never really believed that JT actually did that, right? So what do we have here? We have headlines that a lot of people are not really talking about, which I find to be very funny. When the extortion charges came out, And when people had so much to say in the scandal and stuff, people had so much to say. Now that this has happened, why y'all ain't talking about it? Like y'all be sitting up there talking about everything else, especially when it comes to Ari and Moneybagg Yo. Nobody cares about them at all, but you know they always are talking to town for some reason. Or JT in Miami. Talk about this because the extortion charge has been dropped against Kevin Hart's best friend over the sex tape scandal. Yeah. So those charges have been dropped in a shocking turn of events. The Los Angeles District Attorney filed documents Friday explaining that prosecutors did not have evidence to convict a part-time actor with the criminal charge. Okay. Now, in their filing, the DA states that upon reviewing the evidence, it did not fit the bill for extortion. The DA claims they investigated a declaration or tip that called into question the statement given to them as the extortionist threat to Kevin Hart. All right. I'm not going to continue to read all of this. Just know that he ain't do nothing. And the guy said he was framed back in like 2020, 2019. He been saying he was framed, and here it is. The charges was dropped. I feel like he was framed because they never had any evidence or anything to go off of. So once all of this tea came out, this is what Kevin Hart had to say. Y'all listen to this video.
One of those things that I had to adjust from was a situation that involved a friend, Jonathan JT Jackson, where he was charged in the case. And JT Jackson has recently been found not guilty, and those charges have been dropped against him. And I can finally speak on what I once couldn't. I couldn't do it because of the legal process. You know, they kind of put a fork in the road between he and I, and that relationship was lost. But I'm glad that now not only can I finally speak on it, but I can say I'm happy that that chapter in my life is over. I'm happy that we're able to put a period on that sentence, and I'm excited to get back to life as we once knew it. I want to get back to life as I once knew it and put that behind me and move on. This message is about moving on. It's over. It's over, and I'm happy that it's over. Live, love, and laugh. It's that simple. Now.
Girl, I kind of feel a way about that video we just watched. So my first question is, when you say move on is life, move on with life as we know it, are you saying that you guys are just going to go back to being friends and life is grand like it was before? Because not only was he framed, he was also alienated from the friend group. So, and then why would he feel comfortable with coming along and being back friends with you? I just wonder. I mean, I'm sure there's a benefit there with your celebrity status, but you also believe that he did it too. You know what I'm saying? Or went along with the narrative, shall I say, that he did it as well. So now you want to just move on? We didn't move on when it first happened. We kept talking about it. But the sad part, like I said, is that we were talking more about that than we talked about the fact that you actually cheated on your wife and then turned around and, you know, she had another child or whatever. I guess they excuse the fact that you cheated or whatever. I don't know, child. But I definitely feel a way about that. And I wonder what's going to happen with the direction of that friend group, because I feel like I said, like he probably can't trust you like that no more. And you probably had all of y'all friends feeling a way about him. Like, hey, you did that, dog. You did that. So if he didn't do it, then who did? And then now I'm wondering, was there truly an extortionist type of situation that was going on? So I don't know, Kevin. You know what I'm saying? Like, I be liking you, Kevin. But sometimes details surrounding you just be sketch at times. Just like with your accident, we still haven't found out anything. We still haven't heard from the two individuals that I can recall. The two individuals that was in the car. Like, all of y'all was supposed to be DEAD. Okay? But y'all made it out. You made it home. You had a bone sticking out your back. Like, girl, listen, it's just too much information. Too much stuff going on around Kevin that be giving me the side eye. And listen, I need somebody to go and do thorough research so I can talk about it, honey. Okay, but that's all I got. Y'all leave y'all thoughts and comments down below on everything that I discussed today on the quick chat. I'm Jamithatsme, honey. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share my videos, follow me on Instagram and Twitter, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.